Can you see there? It's probably really small, but full-faced helmet. I'm going to put the camera right on the visor out of desperation to motovlog with a full-faced helmet, where it doesn't look completely stupid. We'll see how this goes. I didn't want to put this thing on top of my head, because that would just look stupid. So here we go. Alright, I think I'm doing alright. I even have it tethered, so in case this glue doesn't stay and the camera falls off, at least I won't lose the camera. Well, theoretically. So hello folks, this is Mike Haley 7. Coming to you with the most elaborate setup I've ever had. I've got the Cena 10C whatever camera thing on the side of my helmet, but it's not recording video, it's just acting as a microphone. I've got my GoPro on the front here, that's what you're seeing, with the Cena backpack communicating with the 10C. And hopefully the quality of this video will be awesome. That is the hope. It's a beautiful day today. Today is the 24th of December. So it's Christmas Eve. I hope that you had a good one. 2016. It's probably about 58 degrees right now. It's very nice outside. At this point, putting on my heated grips is just a luxury item. My hands are not cold at all. I have not needed any thicker gloves or glove liners. Just this simple goat skin gauntlet glove with no liner. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty nice. I'm trying to go the back way into town to avoid the last minute shopper traffic, as you know it'll be there. So what's my topic today? Well, actually I was dreaming about it. Actually I was dreaming about it last night. I was in my dream, and I had it was kind of a negative dream, not a nightmare, but just not a happy dream. And then it hit me, as it often does, that it's a dream, and so it's inside my head, which means I can control whatever it is I'm dreaming about. So I decided to make my dream positive. So then I basically took a little tour of all the happy thoughts, or the happy moments I've had in my life. And it was awesome. And so I thought, hey, you know what? I should do a motovlog topic. This was in my dream. I thought this. I should do a motovlog topic and call it the Patronus topic, or I guess, yeah. What are your Patronus memories? So I'll tell you a couple of mine, because I've had quite a few awesome memories that I can summon up to make myself happy. And I'll tell you, probably one of the happiest moments of my life was in the fall, or actually the winter of the winter of 1990. It was December something, 1990, and I had been waiting for my girlfriend to come and stay with me. She was living in Italy, and that's where she's from, and we had arranged for her to come and spend 3 weeks with me in December during the Christmas break. We had met in Paris, and that was probably the happiest month of my life. We were madly in love, and we were typical Parisian young lovers in that we were kissing, making out basically, in public, which is the norm for young lovers in Paris. Very romantic place. At a place called Le Trocadero, which is this big plaza that is across from the Eiffel Tower that you can just sit at and stare in the evening and watch the lights. Back then it didn't sparkle the way it does now. We just had lights. Anyway, so we spent a lot of time in Paris gazing into each other's eyes, madly in love, talking about philosophy and life and all this stuff. And then over the next 3 months or so, we communicated by mail, because there was no email back then, and on the telephone, which was very expensive. $400 was one of the bills once. We arranged for conversations early on Saturday morning before I went to work, like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I hung on every word. We didn't speak English, we spoke French, because she didn't speak English and I don't speak Italian. And then she came in December of that year. She was, I was 19, I was 20. I had already turned 20. She was 19, I think. 19 or 18. I think she was 19. And she was from Milan. She had long, wavy black hair, very pale skin. She's from northern Italy. Milan is north, so she had a kind of Germanic look to her. Her facial features. Her father was a stockbroker, had a lot of money, and was very trusting. Sent this 19-year-old girl all the way to America to spend 3 weeks with a boy that she loved, and he had never met me. Her mother had died when she was like 4 or 5, so she didn't really know her mom, which was very sad. So she was coming on the plane there in December, and I was waiting at Logan Airport. There's this pair of doors that open up for the international passengers when they finally get through the passport control and they can come into the airport to go get their luggage. So there's a big crowd of people waiting to greet their loved ones, and I was among the crowd waiting for her with my friend Matthew, who had driven me there because I didn't have a car. Actually, I think it might have been Matthew and Sean. Maybe it was Sean's car. I can't remember exactly, but anyway. So I'm waiting there, and I am going nuts because I just can't wait to see her. And I waited so long. I loved her so much. So I was actually kind of whimpering a little bit, like, come on, where is she, where is she, where is she? You know, like a druggie waiting for his fix. And then all of a sudden, I saw her. So I went around behind her. Because she was looking for me and she didn't see me. So I went around behind her and I tapped her on the shoulder. So she turned around and see me, kind of a surprise, you know. And she gave me the surprise of my life. She didn't even turn her head to see who it was that tapped her on the shoulder. She just knew. And she turned around and grabbed me in a hug like I have never felt in my life. The tightest, most loving, most encompassing hug I had ever experienced. Which of course I returned. We embraced like that for a while. And then we kissed and kissed and kissed and kissed and kissed and kissed and kissed. We were basically attached at the face. Other people were like, oh, gross, get a room. We did not care. For us, it was Paris all over again. That hug was probably one of the happiest moments in my life. I still remember it to this day, like it happened yesterday. And it warms me. It still makes me happy. All this time later. That's probably my best Patronus memory. Her name was Federica. And she was the love of my life. Now, I've loved after, obviously, because we're not together. And I've loved well. But I have never loved like that. Again, you can't love like that more than once. You just don't have the energy to. It's just a physical impossibility. I've gotten close, but never quite that deep again. And the pain when it ended was the worst pain I ever felt. That's for another video. But what a happy memory. We spent 3 wonderful weeks together. We rented a car and went up to Quebec in December, in January. We drove all the way up there through the mountains, in the snow, in the darkness, like a couple of fools. We made it. Oh, what a great time we had. I will always look back on that time and smile, because it was one of the happiest times, if not the happiest time of my entire life. So what's your Patronus memory? Do you have one? What happened to you that was so awesome you'll never forget it?